Hi everybody in the vinyl community, it's Glowing 00 Cabbage here back for a long overdue thoughts on Derek 3. And I'll just show you my copy here. Oh, actually before that, another quick little message to Derek. Your shirt's finished, buddy. There it is. It'll be off in the mail in the next couple of days. So watch out for that, buddy. I hope you like it. Those who don't know, Derek won the 400 subs contest where I asked people to talk about 4 of their favorite things and show some graffiti. And yeah, so Derek, you won. Congratulations, man. I'm really happy that you won. Okay, so this is my copy. I've had it for a little while now, actually, almost a month. And this is my copy of Derek 3. It's on the red vinyl. It's playing in the background, so you know. It's the 54 out of 81. And a huge, I mean, I wouldn't even have this if it wasn't for Mark, Dr. Deadwax. He was unbelievably generous and bought this for me. I had mentioned that I was going to get it, like I couldn't get it then because money was a little tight and stuff, so thank you Mark. I mean, geez, that's just so nice. It's ridiculous. But I'm really happy to have this, and I gotta be honest, Derek, and this is completely honest. I know you're like no bullshit when you talk about music and stuff, so I'm gonna be no bullshit too. But I'm gonna say everything I say in love. I do have some criticisms that I feel, but I have things that I love about it too. And even the criticisms they're nothing crazy. Just but I just felt like I'd like to talk about this music because it really does strike a chord with me. The whole album, to me, and as a whole, strikes me as a little bit of a Derek Higgins resume. Not just music, but artwork also. Like with this beautiful artwork here. And just, you know, this photograph that came with it, the insert, and then this here, just really cool that you're putting these little time capsules of history in with the inserts of the record. I thought that was just super cool. And on top of that, the fact that you did this all on your own and it was a complete learning process, and you did it all on your own. I mean, you had friends who helped you along the way, but you had to find out all the information yourself, and you did it, and that is extremely admirable, man. Like, it's actually quite a blueprint for anybody else in the vinyl community who wants to start, you know, have a record someday. You did all the legwork, and I commend you on that, Derek. Seriously, like that's not something to scoff at. So what I did is I didn't want to just come on straight away and talk about this. When I first received it, because I really wanted to soak it in. I really wanted to kind of make those songs sort of, because I've listened to this probably about, in its entirety, probably about a dozen times maybe, or more since I got it. So I've gotten quite familiar with the music, and one of the things that Derek said about this record was that it'll sneak up on you, you know, and it really does. Like the melodies and the different chord structures and just the different sounds that come out of this record, they reveal themselves over time, and that is totally true. So let me just start just by saying that "Morning I Rise" is probably one of the best morning songs I've ever heard here in Canada, and on the CBC. Public radio. They have a thing in the morning here, a local thing in the morning called Happy Song, and you can, like, you know, put a song in and they'll play it, and they do it every morning. They play, or every Monday morning I think it is, because everybody needs a happy song on Monday morning. But man, I would love to hear "Morning I Rise" on CBC morning happy song, because it's just it's a great get your day started song, you know. And this whole, like, I know, Derek, you've already revealed that this is a deeply personal record, and it shows because, I mean, if you just look at the song titles, for example, you can see sort of, you know, how you, well, I mean, I don't know, I am just like taking guesses here, but "So Glad to See You," for example, like, I imagine that as a listener, you know, not knowing really what the song is about, I imagine it's someone that you love and you care about stopped by, and when they left, they made such an impression on you that you needed to write some music. You know, you were happy to see them, and the music that you translate into that human experience becomes something that really is a wonderful soundtrack to what you've experienced. I don't know if that makes any sense. I hope it does. I feel like I'm blabbing a bit, but it's really interesting to me, and I find that a lot of music that we enjoy people are writing about things that they know, they experienced. They're not necessarily talking, you know, about space. They're talking about love, and they're talking about, you know, the human element of, like, you know, experience. And so I find that that's what this record is about to me. I mean, you know, and you know, like taking something like having the flu, for example, and writing a song about it, and it actually sort of capturing sort of what it's like, you know, to have the flu. Like at the end of that tune, you've got this sort of like space thing that just like lifts you off, like into, like, you know, probably you're you know on cold medication. See, that's why I wanted to wait and talk about this. So Happy is one of my favorite tunes on the record. That's track number 2. I don't talk about every track, but I did say a little bit about each track. And like I said, it's like swashes of emotion, and it lays bare the human element, which is, Derek, I think, is what you're all about, you know? You are like a no bullshit kind of guy, and you basically say what's on your mind, not only, you know, in conversation in your videos, but in your music too. And that's a really important thing, I think, that people sort of need to understand about your music. Well, that I learned to understand about your music. Okay, blah blah blah. What else do I say? Even the artwork, for example, like this whole album seems to have this tug and pull of duality, like positive emotions and somewhat negative emotions. Like, you know, you don't pull any punches as far as, like, you know, you lay it all to bear, warts and all, basically, kind of like I did in my last video with the crappy. I've never played the didgeridoo before in my life, but anyways, okay, so even the artwork on this right here, there's a duality there. Look, with the crazy heavy clouds, and then at the bottom, the light shines in. And actually, this is just so I can say, as a consumer, not as like a, you know, this has nothing to do with the music, but this is a little criticism that I have, or just a little thought that I have on the artwork, is I find it's unfortunate that some of the text is really washed out towards the end, and you can't see it because of the sunlight. I don't know if that was intentional or if it just came out that way when it was printed, but I would love to be able to kind of read it all and not have to strain to kind of see what it's saying. And that's just a tiny criticism, that's all. And this is another tiny personal criticism, is I find that I love the artwork, don't get me wrong, I love this image as it on its own, but this is just my personal taste, is I wish that the photograph or the picture was a little more crisp. I mean, it looks crisp when I show it on the computer, it looks ridiculously crisp, but when I look at it here, it's really quite blurry. And maybe that's the cool aspect of it, actually, because it is unbelievable how different it looks on the video than when I look at it with my own eyes. Maybe I need glasses, I don't know. Okay, so we're at 8 minutes, so okay. Derek, honestly, this album seems to me like a collage, almost like a resume of what you can do, both like illustrative-wise and music-wise, because you've got it all here. You've got punk, you've got sound collage, you've got like music like this, you know, that's like really sort of introspective with like wonderful melodic guitar. And I really love probably one of my favorite songs on here is well, your more experimental tunes like Angel Cloud and was it Basement? I can't remember now, but Angel Cloud, I really love that tune. Okay, on side B, the beginning. Let me see here. Wonderful melody on the guitar in the beginning. I love the way the tune ends also. it's really ends abruptly. You almost expect the song to continue, but it's just done. It's done, and then in comes Angel Cloud, which is a wonderful juxtaposition of different genres of music. I think my personal opinion. But I'll be doing these sort of like my thoughts, just my personal thoughts, and they're not like meant to be like a review. It's just what I think of this. I guess that is a review, but I'm doing it. I like to do it also for Fred's album and Anders in Stockholm with Phono. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I meant to tell you, Derek, that I think I mentioned it before, but. After listening to particular songs on here, and you know that I did order some of your sound collage art, sound collage work, I really think that it would be beneficial. I mean, if you're interested, I mean, it's just I'm just throwing it out there kind of thing. You should investigate sending some, the idea of sending some music, some of your sound collage music to a record label called Digitalis Industries. Because I've got quite a few, I got quite a few releases by them, and the genre is quite similar, you know, and that's the kind of music that they're looking for. So, just to put it out there, I mean, I really think it would be a good idea. That's if you're interested, they probably even put it out on vinyl. All of their music, as far as I know, comes out on limited vinyl. So, anyway, check out Digitalis Industries, especially for your sound collage. Let me think here. Okay. Flu. The tune Flu has, I think it's Flu. I may have a couple of these tunes mixed up, but it has a really, really awesome, subtle Brazilian guitar feel to it that I really like. And then the next tune goes into a reggae feel, which I believe is this one, actually. Yes, this is, I do believe this is Riders? Is that what it's called? Yeah, Riders. And I really love this tune, especially the guitar work. This is probably one of my favorite tunes on this whole album for your guitar work. I just love it. It just rings out. It's very crisp. And that's another thing. I mean, I have a couple criticisms, but I have a couple of wonderful pluses. Tom Ware did an amazing job mastering this, man. It sounds amazing, and I listen to it loud too, and nothing gets drowned out, you know? Nothing gets drowned out. Everything is just as crisp as pie. It's awesome. And what else do I have to say? Riders, oh yeah, with its reggae feel. See, I wrote like a bunch of notes, man. I don't want to screw around. I want to do this album justice. So, anyways, in closing, I took 12 minutes, 50 seconds to talk about this album, and I could have taken a lot longer because it's an amazing, it really, truthfully is an amazing album. And I love listening to it. And one of the things that I love the most about it is that this album constantly reveals new layers of creativity that Derek has put in there, like little Cracker Jack prize boxes kind of thing for you to discover. So please check this out if you haven't. Well, actually, it's sold out. Haha. If you don't have it, you lose. But anyways, Derek, wonderful job, and I apologize it's taking me so long to show it and talk about it, but I love it. I love it. So thanks everybody for watching. Thank you, Derek. Talk to you later.